And the Canadian Grand Prix is underway. And Gilles Van Leuven gets a great start, and so does Alex. Alex ahead of Danny. Danny wheel to wheel with the Ferrari of James Nyes, going round to turn 2 there. And the Red Bull as well there of Bryn Evans getting involved and looking to get it past James Nyes, and he has round turn 3 there. So Gilles Van Leuven leads from Alex. Danny there in 3rd. Then came Bryn Evans, who's ahead of Dylan. James Nyes now getting swallowed up potentially. That's Malachi on the inside there. Down into the turn 8-9 chicane. Slight contact between Malachi and James Nyes. They had contact in Australia. They might have had contact again there. Down to the hairpin move there for the Williams of Parker on Mythos Speed. They're wheel to wheel. And they're potentially locking on. That's further back with Rio Harris now getting involved, as the camera just doesn't seem to want to change. And the Mercedes wheel to wheel and getting ahead of Malachi. Malachi getting a bit out of shape. He's taken to the escape road. He's rejoined. And now Parker getting the run down towards turn 1. Parker wheel to wheel with Malachi. Malachi's ahead of Parker. Gilles Van Leuven out of ERS, so is Alex, but Alex breezes by as Evans as well in the background also takes Danny's Vart there. That's a move for Rio Harris on Mythos Speed at the hairpin. Mythos not really fighting that one too much. Malachi as well getting past Dylan there. The McLaren making a move. He started in 8th, now he's up and into 6th as Parker also gets past Dylan with the help of DRS. And taking a very inside line there was Rio Harris. Little Speed also getting ahead of Dylan, who seems to have got off there potentially at the Wall of Champions, last corner really. And I think Harris will be able to get by pretty soon. Had a bit of a battle at the start of the restart. Last race in Miami. In the end, Malachi with the wrong tyres. And it was really no contest at the end of the day. Harris just took the place back. Harris just took the place easily, really, just as he's done there. Evans really all over the back of Van Leuven, but he probably just wants to hold back and get the double dose of DRS down on the run down to turn 13 and the run down to turn 1 as he gets way out of shape out to turn 9. And now Danny's going to be having a look. Evans tries to cover it off on the inside line, and Danny goes oh so close to taking Gilles Van Leuven with him as well. Danny now trying to push Evans away, and Evans will be trying to get into the slipstream that he's leaving. Danny trying to get him out of that slipstream, but Evans on the inside into the Wall of Champions, and they both go off the track on their respective corners. And Evans is going to power past. That was probably a track limit warning. That's a track limit penalty for Danny's Vart there at the Wall of Champions. And Evans now around the outside, barely left space by Danny. And he's still fighting. And this is just exactly what Gilles Van Leuven would have wanted. Adam is out of the race. And Evans still trying around the outside. And he'll now get an exit down towards turn 8. They've lost DRS to G's. G's has escaped. And Evans now going for the move into turn 8. And he's ahead of the Mercedes, but he goes in far too deep. And Danny will get the cut back down to the hairpin. And he has taken that place back. So Evans going absolutely mental here. And he's losing out on the end of it. Don't exactly know what he's doing, but he's costing himself and Danny time in their fight. So many 3-second time penalties as Evans does get ahead and he feeds back out. He'll be about neck and neck there. The Haas, and he's ahead of Charlotte Perkins, but behind Mythos Speed. Evans, seemingly with great pace as well. He's gaining, I think, on Alex. Gained almost 8/10 on the last lap. Yellow flag out there. That might be, I don't know actually, who is that? Somebody's caused a VSC. Martin, I think, has retired from the race. And virtual safety car So now, those who haven't pitted are now in an optimum opportunity to take their stop. There we go. We've gone green. And Evans now, 4.2 seconds behind. He's lost a bit of time. Danny and Malachi, they've decided to stay out because they don't think they can make it to the end by pitting now. Evans has just gone for it because he was already at the front, so may as well. So many time penalties going on. Speeding under VSC. Bryn Evans with the same thing. So this is why he's going like the clappers, because he's going to need to take about a 20-second penalty by driving through the pits as well. And James Nias wheel to wheel with Dylan. Oh, Dylan gets spun around with contact with James Nias. Malachi now making it 12, equaling the record. Who will get the most penalties? Malachi with wing damage. That must have been why he's dropped back. He was right with Danny, I believe. And Danny now getting past James Nias. And there is Parker getting past Malachi. Malachi with wing damage on his car. Malachi retiring in the pits as Evans does go into the pits now. The first couple of corners, Evans now much better traction, should breeze past Senior Ghosts. And he does. Now getting past James Nias. He doesn't even put up a defence. Did Nias. He just looks to set it up with the Wall of Champions. And now onto the pit straight. It was almost like a Lando Norris Oscar Piastri there, but Bryn Evans, whoa! Far too late on the brakes and almost takes out Gilles Van Leuven going into turn 1. Incredibly late on the brakes there. Misjudged it. Unfortunately for him, misses out on hitting the McLaren. I think he did that earlier in the race as well. Wouldn't surprise me with that Mercedes battle he had. And now he's going to be quickly on to Van Leuven as well. Well, and he'll be clearing Van Leuven down into turn 8. And now, got 7.5 seconds to gain to Danny. Danny with 3 more seconds of time penalties than him. About half a second gap now, as Rio Harris knows that Danny's going to be in the slipstream. He's going to try and pull out and stop that slipstream, but Danny is going to go to the outside line, and they go wheel to wheel, and Rio Harris goes into the wall at the Wall of Champions. And he's made contact with Danny, he cuts across and into the pits now, and he's picked up front wing damage. A contentious moment between second and third in the race, and it's left Rio Harris dropping down the order. Rio Harris is now going to be getting past Dylan and easily taking the place. And there we go. I don't think he even had DRS there, he just got him anyway. Yep, no DRS, so he wasn't within the detection point, but yep. And there is the fastest lap. He drove for Racing Bulls to start this season. He's hopped into Red Bull. He's been in the fight for pole position. He missed out on pole position by invalidating his lap. Started third, finishes first at the Canadian Grand Prix. Alex wins the Canadian Grand Prix by nearly 15 seconds. It'll be over that because of the time penalties as well. So Danny now is across the line in second place. The Mercedes. How are the penalties going to shake out? Bryn Evans, he's just missed out on second place there because Danny had 3 more seconds of time penalties.